Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back for another slime video. And because slime does its anniversaries in a very wonky way where they add parts to them and they start not at the correct dates, today we're going to be just going through and explaining how it works and when you can expect most things to release. So I always, show this spreadsheet that has the dates of every banner release. And last year, the World of Fantasy meta with Milim and Frey. So let's pull them up really fast. So World of Fantasy Milim, this one right here, Host of Wonder, and then Protector Frey came out in April. So they would be the next banner, quote unquote, for the next meta to release. And it came out March 28th. It's currently March 14th as of recording this. And we know that the meta for Tempest Elite, as it's going right now, also ends on the 28th, because we go to the Tempest Elite beta banner and we see it ends on 2259 PDT 328, which means that we're holding generally to the same exact schedule. So they start on the 28th. And then 2 weeks later, we had Shizu and the World of Fantasy Hero come out, and it was technically labeled the 2.5 ANNI Part 1. And I have this. So the 1.5 anniversary in one day. I posted this video on April 16th because they had a countdown for a week, counting down the days until the official start of the 1.5 anniversary. And if this video was posted on the 17th and it has one more day, that means it started on the 17th, right? So even though Shizu and the Hero were technically still part of the World of Fantasy meta because they were green focused, they were burst focused, and they were meant to be used on Frey's team, it was still labeled part 1 of the 1.5 anniversary. And we got a whole live stream for it too. That was labeled the 1.5 anniversary. This happened on the 17th in the morning. So we got information about Shizu. We got information on the light masked hero, and then we got a number of things that were coming out along with this kind of little roadmap thing going on. But this is labeled the 1.5 anniversary part 1. You can see that part 1 right here. So regardless of what you think and what month things happen to fall on, if the devs label it 1.5 anniversary part 1, it is the 1.5 anniversary, which means that we can expect roughly the same thing to happen this year. So I have this calendar made up. March 28th is when we know that the April meta starts, with a new battle unit and a new protector, whoever it may be. And then 2 weeks, on around the 17th, we will get the 2.5 anniversary part 1. And that will have, most likely, 2 featured units, because that's what they do. They split it up. So normally how we have 3 banners with, the protector battle, and then 1 single, and then 1 single. Well, as the lead up to the anniversaries, they do a battle protector, and then they do a double featured unit battle. And this is the ideal thing that I think they should always do, but that's not for this video. So there's going to be a dead period in this calendar where you're not going to have any banners really dropping for almost 2 weeks, and then we'll have a double featured unit banner on the 17th. And then on the 27th or 28th, somewhere around there, part 2 of the anniversary will begin, and that will be the banner that everyone really is going to care about, because it's going to have the 3 featured units, the protector and then 2 battle units. And this is what most people consider the real 2.5 ANNI or full anniversary, because this one is just a tag on to a previous meta. This entire month of April and May is going to be focused directly on this triple featured unit team, and it is generally what people will accept as the true 2.5 anniversary. And again, we can see that on here is where on April, actually that was earlier, so that was a teaser that we got for the hero, right? So 2.5 anniversary Isekai Revelries, Dev Diary on the 4/17, fine. But then we have the next free-to-play gear teaser that I posted on April 25th, right? And then we have the actual live stream for the Warrior's Mind meta with Guy, Valentine, and Velzard. There we go. So this came out on April 27th, and it was the part 2 of the 2.5 anniversary. So 1.5 anniversary part 2 up here. But this is the banner that everyone's going to care about because it's got 3 featured units. These units are generally mostly very, very good. Guy, still a fantastic unit, even after a year. Velzard and Valentine, not quite so much, but hey, Guy has proven his worth the past year. And you know what? I expect the same thing to happen here. So, part 1, April 17th. Where's that document? April 17th. Part 2 will be on the 27th, and it will run throughout the entire month of May. And then there's going to be another kind of 2-week dead period in between the start of part 2 and then the next banner, which last year came out with Space Violet, came out on May 7th. And then May 15th was the Warrior's Mind Rimuru, the evil Rimuru, alternate universe, whatever the hell you want to call him. Where is he? This guy right here. He was the final unit to release for the part 2 of the half anniversary. So, when people are in the Discord or people are on YouTube comments, when does the half anniversary begin? The true technical answer is going to be April 17th. But that's not the banner you should really care about. These 2 units right here, I mean, they're cool, but generally, like, even looking back at the full anniversary, the Shizu and Hinata, Shizu doesn't really get used anymore. Hinata is still a fantastic unit. But then the Visions of Coleus team came out, and Blanc and Violet, and even like Unity Rimuru, they pretty much shit on all of them, right? So I don't think there's going to be a single person that can argue that the Visions of Coleus team is not an anniversary team. I think people would argue that the Wielder of Magic team is an anniversary team, even though half of it came out for, quote-unquote, the anniversary. So they've done it twice in a row now, and I think that's pretty telling that they're going to do it the same way. So they did it for the original 1.5 Annie. Shizu and Hero came out half a month early, and then we got the entire month of May to focus on Warrior's Mind as the true half Annie. And then the same thing for the full anniversary, where the Wielder of Magic team, Shizu and Hara, came out. Don't do that. Half a month early, and then we got the Visions of Coleus team, and Violet and Blanc and even Jean and even Rimuru are still very, very strong units in their own rights. Valentine, she's meant to be used with her team only, but Blanc, fantastic triple S plus unit. Jean, very powerful DPS and support. Rimuru, the first unit to have rainbow orbs, still very usable. Now there's, New Year's Blessing Rimuru, who also has rainbows, but they work in different ways, so they're meant to be used on different teams. And then Violet being just the magic version of Guy, essentially, which means that she's going to have value for a long, long time. And I expect it to run the same way. So, people, with March half over, we still have one more banner to come out with whatever fire unit DPS is going to be for Tempest Elite, and then when the meta switches over on the 28th, it's going to have this kind of period where we're going to have a banner, and it may not be good, I don't know, but we're going to have some dead period, and then on the 17th, part 1 will begin, and I'm going to caution people not to summon on part 1. Just please hold your crystals. And then part 2 will start on the 27th. And where's that spreadsheet again? So normally this weird, banner and everything, it lasts throughout the entirety of the anniversary, right? April 17th to May 31st, a month and a half it was here. Hinata and Shizu, not quite the same. Actually, no, it was quite the same. So, but they left on the 28th of November, and they got here October 13th. So, what I'm going to tell you now, and what I'm going to tell you in a month and a half from now, is that even though we're going to get the part 1 of the 2.5 anniversary, it's going to be here for a long-ass time. It's going to be here throughout the entirety of the month of May, which means that you will have time to save and not summon, and then spend and look at what the entire month of May and the part 2 anniversary team is going to offer. And then you're going to be like, do I want these characters that came out that fit on this team for April that are not truly part of, the big time team? Or do you want to summon for the big time team and their support units? I'm going to probably caution people to summon on the 27th of April and debatably skip the 17th's banner. And again, these dates are flexible, right? Nothing is ever truly the same every single year. Dates change, days change. But what can be certain is that part one of the 2.5 anniversary will not be geared towards the big time team. So please just, when you're thinking about it and you're still saving, like this is the time slot that we're in right now, February, March into early April, and then we're going to get this weird half banner thing going on, and then this half banner thing, and then people should summon for this banner. That starts roughly on the 27th, 28th of April. So I hopefully that cleared it up for you. I know it's stupid. I wish the devs didn't do this. I wish this did not exist and it was just World of Fantasy, or it was just Wielder of Magic, and then when it actually hit, it was just the half anniversary, the full anniversary, and nothing in between to try and milk some extra money out of it. Like, I get it, they want to make money, they want to sucker people in with the whole anniversary tag, even though it's not really true. But it's, it's what we got to live with. And in order for you guys to be informed and not confused, I'm trying to make this video so you guys have the most amount of knowledge possible going in to the next couple months of the game. As far as what kind of units are going to come, I don't know. Every time they do a half Annie or full Annie, they introduce some kind of new mechanic. We know, based on the leaks, that there was this weird icon that I did the video on already, this, pyramid barrier filter option thing that so far we don't know what it does, so that will probably be introduced during the half Annie. Last year's half anniversary with Warrior's Mind, we got skill fusions, right? That was not a thing until this started, right? At least I don't think so. Don't quote me on that. Hold on, I'll check. Nope, I'm right. So the live stream on the 27th introduced all the skill fusions for the old units, and also the octagram units got their skill fusions. So every single time they do something, new and interesting. So we can expect them to do something new and interesting this year as well. But let me know if this video helped you guys out. I really hope it did. I tried to make it as, simple as possible. 17th of April is part 1, 27th of April is part 2. Only really matters about part 2. 27th of April is what everyone should be shooting for as far as when you should, spend all of your crystals. Don't worry about the rest of March. Don't worry about most of April. Just worry about the end of April. But that's it from me. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all later.